Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. Guys, there's about 10,200 of you. Thank you so much, because there's only one of me. So I am part of your community. I appreciate it. Most of the people on this, that watch this channel, are around my age, I would say. So I would think that we remember Donny Osmond, Leif Garrett, Willie Ames, Jimmy McNichol, Sean Cassidy. David Cassidy's a little before my time, but I certainly remember him. I mean, he would have been, back then, well above my age, but, not so much as you get older. I personally, Donny Osmond, and then Leif Garrett, and somewhere along the line, it turned into some teacher that I liked that was female. Anyway, guys, the reason why I bring this up is because I remember, I guess because my first crushes were, was Donny Osmond. And being a Mormon, because he's a Mormon, he didn't even taste Coca-Cola before, you know what I'm saying? So he was just a really pure type guy. And then Leif Garrett, during the time that I liked Leif Garrett, he seemed like a really good guy, and it was later that he had the drug problem that he had. And I still like Leif Garrett. I think that, he's a survivor. He's a survivor. He's come out very honest about his drugs abuse. And I haven't heard lately that he's had any problems. I think his mom passed. So hopefully he found sobriety before his mom passed, and his mom got to witness that. He also has a younger sister, right? Dawn Lynn. And I think that Dawn had some sort of brain surgery or something with her head. I forgot what it was that I had read about that. I had seen an old episode, and it was very recent on YouTube, of Three for the Road, where I first was introduced to Leif Garrett and Vince Van Patten. Remember Vince Van Patten? He cutie pie and a tennis star. I love tennis, by the way. Guys, the reason why I'm bringing this all up is because Justin Timberlake. I've never really been a Justin Timberlake fan. I think, I'm well older, and Justin could be my kid. I remember, when Justin and Britney started dating, and I thought, oh, that's cute, you know what I mean? But I never really liked the way that he handled himself, because I felt like he put on a mask. I always felt like he put on a mask. He wanted to be seen a different way from the person that he actually is. And I think that that's now becoming very narrow, and basically we're starting to see who he is. And we've seen it in bad behavior from photographs where he was intoxicated and a little handsy with a female. And I'm not talking handsy, inappropriate, but inappropriate for a man who's married. Trying to hang on to or leaning into or flirting with that woman at the time who was one of his co-stars in a movie he was acting in. This is going back a couple years ago now. But Justin was just picked up in Sag Harbor in Long Island, and it was on DWI. And if you see his eyes, he is totally bloodshot in his eyes are totally bloodshot in his mugshot. And supposedly you could see it in his actions. Well, they've shown videos, I've seen videos of him being intoxicated, and you can tell, after that one too many, you could see that this guy has had too much to drink. So, I saw the Chris Cuomo and how Chris almost was defending this guy. If you guys remember, I told you a story about a guy that I met in the jail when I was a kitchen manager at the time in the jail, or assistant manager at the time in the kitchen at the jail, because it was the old jail. This one was the old jail. So anyway, this is the first Arlington County jail, and then they built a new jail. And this guy stuck out like a sore thumb. He just couldn't figure out why he was there. And I had asked him, what are you here for? And he said he was coming home one night from a bar, never been in trouble, not even a speeding ticket. Had one too many or two too many, drove right through a guy's house, killed a guy sitting on his recliner watching TV. His wife was upstairs, didn't even know her husband passed. Can you imagine that? So we have to be careful. And I think, and I don't know, I'd like to ask you guys, let me ask you guys a question. When a celebrity is getting paid so much money, and they get paid an obscene amount of money, and they have that platform, and they have the ears of millions of people, do you think that they have any responsibility to uphold the law more, or moral values, integrity? Do you think? Certainly nobody's above the law, and driving while intoxicated is above the law and very dangerous. It's very dangerous. So Justin refused to, he said he wasn't taking a chemical test, and he lawyered up, and his lawyer was real aggressive and said he didn't do anything or anything. And apparently they're holding back the video of Justin and his behavior after he got picked up. So I don't know if we're going to be able to see his behavior, but then again, we've seen his behavior before, as far as when he's been intoxicated, and we've seen it more than one time. So he took the stage on his Forget Tomorrow tour, which he took the stage last night, and he said he's in Chicago, and now this is just days after the DWI, and he says it's been a tough week. Here's what he says: "We've been together through ups and downs, lefts and rights. It's been a tough week, but you're here and I'm here, and nothing can change this moment right now. I know sometimes I'm hard to love, but you keep on loving me, and I love you right back. Thank you so much." He probably wasn't saying that with slurred speech. But what does that mean? It's not, hey man, they picked me up and they're messing with me. They're trying to get me, That's, to me, almost like an admission of guilt. I've been through my ups and downs, my highs and lows. You guys have been there to support me. Sometimes it's been tough, but you've been there. Sometimes I'm not worthy of it, but you've been loving me just the same. So, what do you think about that? I think that people that get paid that kind of money and want to do something that shows the public something about themselves, I think that the way that they behave publicly, if nothing more, can be scrutinized. I think we have an opinion on it. First of all, we have an opinion about people that drink and drive on our roads in our neighborhoods. We certainly do, guys. It is against the law. I think that if you're going to use your stage, your voice, and I don't mean your physical stage, but your platform, to get people to follow you, you're going to have to realize that they're going to follow you everywhere, even on the bad things you do. So you got to definitely be responsible for that. You can't just have it one way. Nobody can, right? So guys, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I pretty much think that Justin's going to pay a fine that's going to go away. He might pay just as much as anybody else, even more maybe. He doesn't need to drive. He has the money to have a driver, unlike a person with a DWI who will lose their license and the right to drive and might totally be inconvenienced to go to work. And that is what that hardship is about. And then ultimately they do get a hardship license because they need to continue on. But I've known people that could have lost their job, used to ride their bike to work, and paid a lot of money that hurt them financially. So when it's a smack on the hand for somebody like Justin and he says, I don't have any problems, nothing to worry about here, there's a lot to worry about, in my opinion. And I think Hollywood, it needs to catch itself. It needs to catch itself. For the amount of money people are getting paid, and for the amount of money things cost to go to the movies, concert tickets and all that, if you don't want to support somebody whose behavior is like that, then that's a good way of showing it, you know. So, all right, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Please tell me what you think in the chat. Comment. I'm sorry. Please tell me what you think in the comment. I'm going live today, which is, what day is it? Yeah, June 23rd. Today's my good friend's birthday. June 23rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Lindsay Valandry. And I'm going to try to put the link up real quick, guys. So I will see you tonight. I'll speak to you soon, guys. Guys, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always be kind, guys.